Dear friends in Jesus Christ, we are entering another episode, the 13th class on the Bible. After having seen an introduction to the Bible, to the entire Bible, we have started the study of each book of the Bible. The last two episodes we learned in general about the first book of the Bible, the first book of the Pentateuch, the book of Genesis. Here in this class, we are dealing with the second book of the Bible and the second book of the Pentateuch. We have seen the other day what is Pentateuch. Pentateuch literally means 5 scrolls. So, 5 books of the first 5 books of the Bible are known as Pentateuch or 5 scrolls. Torah is the name used by the Jewish people. This is the second book, Exodus. The English word is coming from the Greek word exodus, which means exit or going out, which means this book is dealing with the theme of the people of Israel going out of the land of slavery in Egypt. Its Hebrew name, as we have learned in the introductory classes, is Shemoth. The first word of the book. Shemoth means names. Names are these. That's how the book starts. Shemoth. This book is divided into 40 chapters. When you look at the content of the book, we can see that the whole book is divided into 40 chapters. And the main themes contained in these 40 chapters are slavery, liberation, Exodus, journey to Sinai, arrival at Sinai, theophany at Sinai, Sinaitic covenant, authorization for worship, apostasy and renewal of the covenant, and inauguration of the cult. This is actually the content of this book with 40 chapters. Remember, the first book of Genesis has 50 chapters, whereas the book of Exodus has got 40 chapters. Remember, this book was not written in chapters as we write today. That was done centuries later, several centuries later. But as we have now, this book has got 40 chapters. So when we look at the structure of the book, commissioning of Moses, 1:1 to 7:7. Commissioning of Moses, 1:1 to 7:7. 10 plagues and Passover, 7, 8, 13, 26. 7, 8 to 13, 16. 7, 8 to 13, 16. That is the 10 plagues and Passover. Liberation and departure, 13, 17 to 18, 27. 13, 17 to 18, 27. Liberation and departure. Then we have chapters 19, 24. Sinaitic covenant. Those chapters deal with the most important theme of this book, that is Sinaitic covenant. Once the people of Israel came out of the land of slavery in Egypt, they reached Sinai, and there Yahweh made a covenant with the people of Israel. That is known as Sinaitic covenant. Then chapters 25 to 31 deal with authorization for worship. Authorization for worship, Israelite worship that we see later on in their life. Then apostasy and renewal of covenant, chapters 32 to 34. Then the final section is inauguration of the cult, that is chapters 35 to 40. What do we get from this book? What is the main message or messages? What are the main messages from this book? You can first of all say the example of Moses' example of fighting for the liberation of his people challenges all who live comfortable lives to risk their comforts and even risk their lives to fight for justice. The book of Exodus speaks about Moses' fight for the liberation of the people of Israel. And that is an inspiring example for all of us. All those who are living comfortable lives, to risk, to do something good, to fight for justice, we'll have to risk something. Our comforts, our life. Then, the leadership experience of Moses, filled with challenges and failures, offers a warning and a caution to all those who are in the leadership role. Sometimes, in spite of their best and committed efforts in their leadership role, they may not achieve the desire, they achieve the goal that they desire. They will have to be content with a partial fulfillment of the goal that they are desiring for. Leaving the rest, they'll have to leave the rest to others. Moses could not lead the people of Israel to their destination, that is the promised land. He saw the promised land from far, and leading the people to the promised land was left to his successor Joshua. He could not fulfill his dream. He could not fulfill his goal of leading people to the people of Israel to the land of promise. Let us take inspiration and lessons from this book so that we can also work for justice. May God bless you all.